Anyone from Dr. Pankaj? आप please ensure कि the vice chancellor आप join करें.
Yes, I'm just requesting him. Please. Honorable BC sir has joined.
Dr. Pankaj.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon to all.
Sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Welcome, sir.
नमस्कार सबको बहुत नमस्कार.
Sir, should we start?
Yeah, please. If everything is okay from my side, kindly.
Okay. Dr.
You can go ahead.
Please.
Okay. So should we start?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all. On behalf of ICAR-Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Regional Research Institute, Srinagar and Bihar Veterinary College, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna, Bihar, and National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited, NADCL, Baramulla, Jammu and Kashmir. I welcome you all in the opening ceremony of 21 days summer school from June 18 to July 8, 2022, titled Recent Trends in Sustainable Livestock and Crop Production Technologies, Vice Versa Climate Change through Online Mode. Now for the brief introduction and a brief introductory address by course director, I call upon Dr. Sushil Ahmed, Senior Scientist and Officer in Charge, ICAR-Indian Grassland Fodder and Research Institute, Regional Research Station, Srinagar, for giving the brief remarks on this course.
Thank you, Dr. Ratna ma'am. In the beginning, I heartily welcome Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Rameshwar Singh, sir, for chairing this inaugural session. Esteemed Director, Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Dr. Amresh Chandra, sir. Guests of honor, Dr. A.K. Roy, sir, who is project coordinator, All India Coordinated Research Project on Forage Crops and Utilization. Dr. Amresh Tyagi, who is ADG Animal Sciences, but unfortunately he is not joining us because his mother has expired, unfortunately. Dr. J.K. Prasad, who is Dean, Bihar Veterinary College. Organizing Director, Dr. Ratna Nashine. Training Coordinator, Dr. R.A. Shah and his team, including Majid Nisar and others. Course Director, Dr. Pankaj from Bihar Veterinary University and other course coordinators. It's my privilege to put forth before you the very important summer school that is on the topic Sustainable Livestock and Crop Production Technologies, vis-à-vis climate change. Sir, as we all know that livestock production is one of the sunrise sectors of agriculture and is immensely contributing to the gross state domestic product. It's very important so far as the livelihood of our farming community is concerned. And for the information of all of you that this summer school, sir, it analyzes the role of various livestock and crop production technologies for sustainable livestock production. This training shall act as a platform and interface in which experts, resource persons working on livestock and fodder related aspects, they shall be sharing their expertise and experiences with their participants. There are more than 120 participants from various state agriculture universities, Krishi Vigyan Kendras, ICR institutes, and line departments, and some students also have joined in. In total, sir, we have more than 35 lectures covering topics like introduction to livestock production and climate change, climate smart tech strategies and technologies for livestock production, various aspects of forage crop production, conservation and utilization. And sir, we have some specific lectures on important forage crops like Bajra Napier hybrid, lucerne, berseem, oat, maize, multipurpose trees and shrubs, cereal legume intercropping, role of hortipastures in augmentation of forage resources. Then we have some special lectures on indigenous traditional knowledge, use of various ethno-veterinary practices and plants, so far as livestock health is concerned. Then use of artificial intelligence or sensors to secure health and general welfare of livestock. Then we have one lecture on spineless cactus as an alternate fodder resource. Then, sir, we have one lecture specifically on methane emission and mitigation strategies in animal agriculture. Over to you, Dr. Ratna ma'am. This is all about this training program.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab, for giving a brief introduction about the training program. And now I call upon our guest of honor, Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dean Bihar Veterinary, Patna. Before that, I would like to give his brief introduction as he is today's guest of honor. Dr. Prasad is noted scientist and academician of high repute in the field of veterinary science with the specialization in veterinary gynecology, obstetric and semen biology. During his committed and illustrious career spanning over 20 years, Dr. Prasad developed innovative and need-based technologies in the form of national patents, technology transfer, and was a team member of I Bakkelo Calf born, namely Saubhagya by Ovam Pick Up Technology in India in 2008 at GBPUT Pantnagar. Dr. Prasad also authored 2 books, 2 lab manuals, 2 training manuals, 6 compilation, and contributed 56 books chapters. He has published 95 scientific research articles in peer-reviewed in national and international journals of good impact factor. Dr. Prasad has also developed instructional video films and delivered many radio talks and TV talks. Dr. Prasad has also supervised the PhD and MSc students. A significant contribution made by Dr. Prasad in the various extension activities during last 20 years is participation in animal welfare camps as an expert, training programs conducted for the veterinary officers, livestock extension officers, farmers, farm women, etc., and participation in the different training programs as an expert, and so on. Dr. Prasad has been a recipient of a Young Scientist Award twice by Indian Society of the Study of Animal Reproduction and once by Uttarakhand Council of Science and Technology for presenting of outstanding research paper. He also has been recipient of prestigious GB Singh for the publication of the best research article in the respective years. Dr. Prasad has contributed as an associate editor of the Indian Journal of Animal Reproduction. With this brief introduction, I call you, sir, for giving your thoughts on today's training program. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ratna Singh ji. Am I audible, ma'am?
Are audible.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. And first of all, I am sorry that I am not coming by video. There is some issue in my desktop, so I feel sorry for this. So, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Sciences University and Chief Guest of today's program, Dr. Rameshwar Singh, respected Dr. Amresh Chandra, Director, Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi, Dr. Ratna Nashin, Professor and Dean, CRS, IGKB Raipur, Chhattisgarh, Dr. A.K. Roy, Project Coordinator, AICRP on Forage Crops and Utilization, IGFRI Jhansi, my dear Dr. RSR, Training Coordinator, NADCL, Course Directors, Dr. Sushil Ahmed and Dr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, my dear participants, good afternoon to one and all. I am very much thankful to NADCL to select Bihar Veterinary College, Patna as an organizer of this 21-day summer school and invite me as a guest of honor on this occasion. On this auspicious occasion of 21-day training program, I congratulate organizer to select a burning topic for 21-day summer school on recent trends in sustainable livestock and crop production, technologies, vis-à-vis climate change. Ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about livestock and agriculture production, this constitutes a very important component of the agricultural economy of developing countries. Agriculture and livestock development over the past 3 decades has been mainly directed towards satisfying the rapidly increasing demand of food for human population. The high economic demand for livestock products has led to this establishment of intensive systems that require high animal productivity, which ultimately led to environmental problems associated with high population of livestock, animal waste, and high level of fertilizers used for pastures. If we see globally, livestock are the most important source of methane emission. Ruminants produce significant amount of methane as byproduct of their normal digestive processes. Animal manures, also emits gases such as methane, nitrous oxide, ammonia, and carbon dioxide, etc. And the uniqueness of methane is that it is about 21 times more effective in trapping heat in the atmosphere than carbon dioxide. If we talk about the impact of increased environmental temperature and heat stress on animal production and reproduction, as per recent report, in last 60 years, if we see, conception rate of high-yielding dairy cows that has been found to decrease from 55% to 35% worldwide. And it is expected to fall up to 23% in times to come. So situation is not so rosy. High-yielding cows are particularly affected by heat stress because heat tolerance decreases with increasing milk yield and dry matter intake. As milk yield of dairy cows is expected to further increase in coming future, so the negative impact of heat stress will become more important in time to come. The effect of climate change affect the health of the animals, both directly as well as indirectly. The direct effects includes so many morbidity conditions of the animals during extreme weather conditions, while if we see the indirect impacts, that includes lower production, reproduction, increased incidence of various kind of diseases, feed, water shortage, and so many. A recent report of Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, that is IPCC, that has shown serious concern about climate change. Climatic impacts and risks are becoming more and more complex and difficult to manage. We are not on track to achieve the climate resilient and sustainable world. Action on adaptation has increased, but progress is uneven and we are not adopting fast enough. Worldwide action to achieve climate resilient and sustainable development is more urgent than previously assessed. So in this situation, there is a need of holistic and cumulative approaches of animal and agriculture sectors to deal with climate change. This is essential to understand the mechanism and severity of climate change. Scientific research can help animal agriculture sector in the battle against this climate change. I'm confident that the lectures of this training program will be very much useful to understand mechanism and mitigation strategies of climate change and agriculture animal system. I wish grand success of this training program. Thanks one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving your valuable remarks on this training program. And now we have with us Dr. A.K. Rai, Project Coordinator, All India Coordinated Research Project on Forage Crops and Utilization, Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi. And I invite him for give a words of inspiration to all participants. Before that, a brief biodata of him. Dr. A.K. Rai is currently a project coordinator in Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi, from 2012. Earlier, he has served the ICAR-Indian Grassland Fodder Research Institute as a head grassland and silvipasture management division and director acting of Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi. He has been confirmed with the number of honors and awards. DBT Overseas Associated Award in 2007, ICAR Outstanding Interdisciplinary Team Research Award as a team leader in 2007-8, NAIP Certificate of Appreciation for Outstanding Contribution in Research on Sustainable Rural Livelihood Security in 2012, Editor-in-Chief Journal Range Management and Agroforestry in 2006, and chairman, and he is also a chairman of editorial board and International Grassland Congress from 2015. He is a fellow member of Indian Society of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Range Management Society of India. His research areas are forage genetics resources, forage crop improvement, genetics, biotechnology, grassland, and silvipasture. Sir, kindly unmute yourself and over to you, sir, for giving up your remarks.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the generous introduction. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yes, sir. So the chairman of the meeting today, Dr. Rameshwar Singh ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Science University, Patna. The chief guest, Dr. Ramesh Chandra, Director, IGFRI Jhansi, and Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dean Bihar Veterinary College, the organizing director of the program, Dr. Ratnan Nashine, and the post directors, Dr. Shahil Ahmed and Dr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, and fellow participants and colleagues from different parts of the country. So friends, it is a very good initiative to have a 21-day summer school on recent trends in sustainable livestock and crop production technology vis-à-vis climate change, which is a burning topic. And I hope the different courses, different lectures will help the participants who are over 120 number, and they will be benefited by this program and the series of 35 lectures as mentioned by Dr. Shubhi just now. And if we say in the fodder and livestock sector, we have over 530 million animal to feed. But I will say that the fodder sector has not been getting the importance which it deserves to get. And in case of resource allocation, I will say from different policy makers and different state government and other agencies, the resource allocation is not as much as is needed. Be it physical resource, be it financial resource, be it human resource. As a project coordinator of All India Coordinated Research Project, I have seen, I'm visiting across the country, and I have seen, except for a few universities, there is no person devoted exclusively for the forest research except the AICRP program. So the fodder research is not getting priority. Even in many universities I have seen the most poor land is being allocated for the fodder research. And it is also true for many farmers. So actually, if we say, if the country has to progress again, if it has to take a lead or a jump in the agriculture sector to fulfill the ambition of our government, and especially the Prime Minister, to doubling the farmer income and taking agriculture a step forward, we need much more investment, much more resource allocation, and much more programs in the livestock and fodder sector. Livestock and fodder sector is very crucial, and if we say its share in agriculture GDP is increasing day by day, and we are getting it. Today, if we say, our rough estimates say that fodder cultivation is nearly 5% of the total area, and it is not going to increase in the near future. So what we need to produce more fodder per unit area, per unit time, so that we can get our 530 million plus livestock sufficient nutritional power. Regional and state level deficits are there. We know it is difficult to transport the voluminous fodder from one state to another state because of its cost effectivity. So how can we do it? There is need for post-conservation technology. There is need for fodder bank. There is need for more investment in different technologies of silage, hay, feed block, TMR, and others. Sir, in this lecture, in this summer school, I expect the course directors to put some more emphasis on entrepreneurship development also for the business opportunities, exploring the new avenues in fodder and livestock sector, so that the trainers who are getting training today can become much more useful to the marketing, economy, and the sector. I will also suggest them to include new practices of livestock keeping, lectures about the new fodder technologies, new cropping sequences, new varieties, and new package of practices. With this, I will also suggest them to invite 1 or 2 lectures from the industry people. Their success stories, which can motivate the participants to become also the business, open the business enterprises, become the end. So with this, I'm very happy that a 21 days program has been taken up in this city. Previously also they have conducted the program, and it is increasing the awareness among the policy maker and different technologists about the importance of fodder and livestock in the sector. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much, sir, for your valuable remarks. And I also request the course coordinators to take your suggestions into consideration, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Now I request our chief guest of the program, Dr. Amresh Chandra, Honorable Director, ICAR-Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi, Uttar Pradesh, to give the blessing for this training program. But before that, I would like to give the brief introduction. Dr. Amresh Chandra has joined ICAR in 1990, and his discipline of specialization is plant biochemistry, plant molecular biology, and biotechnology. He has attended several training programs and advanced exposure in his research in his area of work. Worked on the SSR-based map enrichment, QTL identification, based programs for variety, genotype testing, and development of molecular disease diagnostic tool in sugarcane at Sugarcane Research Unit, USDA, ARS, Houma, Louisiana, USA from May 6, 2013 to February 2014. He also worked on the linkage mapping and sequencing of flower species at IBERS, University of Wales, UK in February 2009. He received the trainings on mapping and QTLS identification exposure while attending the international conferences overseeing, namely in China, Australia, USA, and Macau, and China. He has got the several contributions in the scientific advancement, and to quote some, global transcriptome analysis of source sink dynamics and identifying the genes factors responsible for differential sucrose accumulation in cane stalk. Whole genome sequencing of red rot pathogen and plant growth promoting bacteria and their characterization and studying microbiome while doing the whole metagenomic analysis of plant and ratoon cane soil rhizospheres. And there are many more. He has got the number of publications in his credit with the high index research journals, and he has got the citations, 1777 citations of his papers are there, and he has received the number of awards. To quote some, Institute, ICAR, ISSR Lucknow Best Scientist Award in 2019, Fellow Award in 2019 from the Society of Sugarcane Sugar Research Promotion, New Delhi in 2019, Professor R. Kumar Distinguished Agriculture Scientist Award from Uttar Pradesh Council of Agriculture Research, Lucknow. He has received the several appreciation letters, and ICAR Hariom Ashram Trust Award for the biennium in the year 2015. He received this prestigious award also, and he also received the fellowship of Uttar Pradesh Academic and Agriculture Sciences from Lucknow, DBT Crest Award for the year 2011-12 from the Department of Biotechnology, Government of India, and he has got the number of awards, and list is very long, and he's a very renowned scientist. And now I request him to give the blessings for this training program. Sir, kindly unmute yourself, and over to you, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Ratna, for a very elaborate introduction about me. I am very much pleased to be associated with this very important training, 21 days winter school, what we are going to have this online mode. At the outset, let me welcome the most honorable Vice Chancellor of the Bihar Animal Sciences University, Professor Rameshwar Singh. Our three guests of honor, Dr. A.K. Rai, my colleague here at this institute, project coordinator, Dr. Amrish Tyagi, though he's not available with us, but I hope and trust that his blessing would be with us. Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dean, I think I just narrated about his importance of this training. Organizing Director, Dr. Ratna herself, Post Director, Dr. Suhil and Dr. Pankaj Singh. As you know that this training, 21 days training, that's on the recent trends in sustainable livestock and crop production technology vis-à-vis climate change, as being organized by three different institutions, and I'm happy that from these three institutions, top notch of these three institutions are associated with Inaugural program. ICAR-Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, Jhansi, and state registration at Srinagar. Dr. Suhil and his team is there. Bihar Veterinary College, Bihar Animal Sciences, Honorable Vice Chancellor is himself here in this program. National Agriculture Development Cooperative Limited, NADCL, Baramulla, J&K. So these three participants and dear participants from different parts of the country. I came to know that there are more than 100 participants. That reflects the importance of this training, which is on recent trends in sustainable livestock and crop production technologies. As we talk about the animal husbandry, and this is being the very important issue in this country. As you know that almost 1/3 of the total agriculture output and is an integral part of Indian agriculture economy. If we talk about the livestock sector, it was well narrated by Dr. A.K. Roy that there is an importance, and at the same time there are many challenges linked with the livestock husbandry and animal husbandry. When we say that we have a more than 500 million population of livestock in this country, and at the same time we are very much happy. We share always that we are number one in as far as livestock population is concerned. We are number one in milk production in the world. But at the same time, what we are here to rejuvenate the process and procedures to improve the livestock productivity. Because our productivity, you can say, is if you compare with the advanced country, if you take the example of Israel, I think we are less than 50% of productivity of livestock. The reason being is that one of the important issue with that the non-availability of the quality fodder. At the same time, the reason could be many, but the one major reason is the non-availability of good quality fodder. And as you know that the area under fodder cultivation is not less than 5%, not more than 5% of the total agricultural land where we are doing the agriculture. So under these circumstances, how we can expect that our livestock population, which is more than 500 million, will be given quality fodder. There has been improvement as far as technology is concerned. Along with this National Institute at IGFI Jhansi, as well as AICRP, which is having more than 20 centers, regular centers, and more than 20 volunteer centers. The situation as far as productivity and production of the fodder crops, utilization of the new tools and technologies available with this system is not being taken by the different organizations, including the different universities and the colleges. This is not the very good situation where the institute is located, the National Institute of Importance as far as fodder cultivation, fodder production and technology is available, but the process and procedure, the varieties available with this national institution is not going to the level and to the place where it should reach. Somewhere we are lacking in that, and having this training, I trust and believe that the lecture what we are going to give our dear participants, I think they will take these technologies, they will take this information, they will take this knowledge to the logical end, so that what we say, what we always give the very less priority to the fodder crops. Many people, if you go and ask, there are many people, there are many farmers, there are many policy makers. They are not much about the fodder crops. How much importance, how many varieties this institution, this country has given to our clientele. But if you see the level of adoption of this variety is really very less. When we talk about these two systems, AICRP and National Institute, including all those centers, regular centers and volunteer centers, we have more than 300 varieties available with the fodder crops. And I'm happy to also share that roughly more than 60 varieties, the latest release varieties, not more than 10 years old, they are in seed chain. So when we are having lots of technologies, this is the variety what we are talking about. Apart from the varieties, we have many agro techniques, crop production techniques, crop protection techniques, so and post-harvest management techniques, what it was just said by Dr. Roy, because unless we utilize all those conservation measures, because our country sometimes that we are producing a very high level of fodder crops, but at the same time there are many months in the year when we don't have anything to feed our livestock. At that situation, what best can be done? The best can be done only when we have sufficient enough amount of green fodder, dry fodder, how best they can be conserved for those lean period where we don't have any fodder available for the livestock. So the technologies with these institutions are available with us. So this has to go to the clientele, and that can go only through this training program, organizing training program, training to the participant, and they can take further to the different sectors. So having this type of training where we are going to give them the knowledge about the fodder crops, the technology is associated with that, what we have with us. Now, as you know that the climate change is playing a very important role. Climate change not only affecting the crop production and production technologies as well as the varietal improvement program, but at the same time, it also affecting our livestock. How this should be best can be here. What suitable environment could be provided to save them from climate change. Under the climate change situation, the temperature is very abnormal. Rainfall is very abnormal. Under those circumstances, how our system could be mitigated, can be mitigated so that our livestock could get a better fodder crops all throughout the year. So under these circumstances, this institution, our institute at ICAR and the 3 regional stations what we have in our country associated with this institute are playing a very important role and developing region-specific technologies, and their best way they are trying to propagate the technologies available with them. So with this training program, I hope that the participant will be listening all those techniques and technologies and all those information which is available with these centers, and all the resource person what they are going to provide to the participant will play a very important role, and that will change the scenario. I believe that the scenario would be changing with the time, because we have taken this important step to provide a very specific training on the fodder crops development and crop protection technologies and all those things, and how the climate change can be mitigated with the available tools and techniques what we have with our command. So I trust and believe the resource person what we have selected, and some of the things which was narrated by Dr. Roy can be incorporated further. Like what I can say, there are many young scientists, there are many young budding scientists, they have lot of ideas. But their ideas, how those ideas, those intangible form of ideas can be converted to the tangible form of other ideas. For that same purpose, our institute, and I hope that there are many universities having a agro-business incubator center. These people can be asked to come here as work and stay here as an incubator. Their ideas can be converted perfectly in the form of some technologies, and those perfected technologies, they can take those technologies in the form of tangible form, and they can go and propagate those technologies, because that is their mind, what they have given the ideas, and on their basis of idea, the technology is refined, the technology is made. Along with that, what we have technologies at these centers that can be also given to them. If they feel that is can be given to the farmers, they can take also. So what I mean to say that giving a training, giving a entrepreneurship skill, what we possess with us, that will improve their knowledge, that improve their skill, and that can also improve the farmer's income when that reaches to the clientele where it should reach. So having this type of training, I think not only knowledge imparting, but also imparting how you can become an innovator. I mean to say, how you become an entrepreneur in your system. And one day, as our Honorable Prime Minister said, rather than seeking job, you should be job provider. So in that direction, aiding training has a very important role to play. So in this direction, I trust and believe that the 21 training is going to play a very important role, those who are attending this program. So I mean to say that involvement of 3 institutions along with the regional stations and resource person from these three centers, 3 institutions, including universities, is going to play a very important role, because the system, when 3-4 systems are involved, they have their own way of thinking, they have their own technologies, their vision is different, but the target is one, and that the target is to how to improve the productivity of our livestock. So with these words, I once again welcome you all, dear participants, and I hope whatever you are going to learn, you are not keeping those knowledge only with you. I mean to say that knowledge has to go at least 10, 15 people from each of you. So onwards, today onwards, you are going to our as an ambassador, torch bearer, and we will be taking what we are going to say you to the logical end, so that tomorrow when you come, when you interact with our resource person, all those resource person will feel that what we have given the information, you have taken those information, and those information has been passed to the farmers, our dear farmers, so that their income can be doubled or tripled. So with these words, I once again welcome you all, and I hope and trust that this training program will have a far-reaching impact as far as the young mind about those who are attending this program. I congratulate all the resource person. I congratulate all the organizing the people associated with this program, that they will not leave any stone unturned to make this program a very successful venture as far as fodder production is concerned, livestock production is concerned, and as well as the impact of the climate change and how we can mitigate the climate change, so that our livestock, which is more than 500 million in this country, will feel one day that some people are thinking about us. Otherwise, they will be always as a bechara, and always here and there you will find that they are not having good quality fodder. So that is our national mandate, that we should think about them, and we should also come forward with the suitable technologies and providing good quality fodder to them. As we eat 3 times food, they should also have a 3 times good quality fodder for their livelihood. Thank you very much for attending this program. Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for showering the blessings and also sharing your knowledgeable words. Thank you once again, sir. Now I invite Professor Dr. Rameshwar Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna, Bihar. And it is a matter of great pride to introduce the president of today's function, Dr. Rameshwar Singh. Presently he's a Vice Chancellor at Bihar Animal Sciences University, Bihar Veterinary Campus, Patna. He was born on 7th March 1955 at Rohtak, Haryana. Dr. Ramesh Singh had his initial education from his village school and local town, and he got his degree from MSc degree from in dairy microbiology from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, in 1977. He qualified for the Agriculture Research Services of ICAR in 3rd batch and joined as a scientist in Indian Veterinary Research Institute, Nagar, in July 1978. Dr. Singh has joined the National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, in May 1995. He took charge of the national collection of dairy cultures and played a major role in strengthening and modernization of the same. He has guided the number of MSc and PhD scholars, and he also represented the India at World Dairy Summit organized by the International Dairy Federation at Shanghai in 2006. He was awarded as a Food and Agriculture Organization Visiting Fellowship at Utah State University, Logan, USA, for a period of 3 months for advanced study in field of molecular biology of lactic acid bacteria. Dr. Rameshwar Singh has joined the ICAR headquarters at New Delhi in September 2012, where he headed the Director of Knowledge Management in Agriculture as its project director. He steered the ICAR publication research journal, mass media, public outreach, annual reports, newsletter, and online e-publication platform for the research journal in agriculture and allied subjects. He headed the consortium of the e-resources in agriculture, SERA, subscribing close to 4,000 research journals from the reputed publishers and providing access to all agricultural universities and ICR institutions in the country. Dr. Singh has initiated social media activities of ICR, Facebook, YouTube channel, and Twitter handle, and reshaped the ICR and their websites to be more informative and users-friendly. He was instrumental in proposing the finalization of the open access policy of ICR and provided required flip to the production of several documentaries, films showcasing ICR initiative, success stories, and history of green revolution. He worked closely with the National Academy of Agriculture Sciences, Indian Science Congress, Trust for the Advancement of Agriculture Sciences, Asia Pacific Association of Agriculture Research Institutions, International Livestock Research Institutions, the Essential Electronic Library in Agriculture, Cornell, Center for the Development of Advanced Computing, National Knowledge Network, Press Information Bureau, and Doordarshan Kisan TV channel, and Department of Agriculture, Cooperation and Farmers Welfare. He also steered the mass media project of the World Bank funded National Agriculture Innovation Project and modernization of ICT infrastructures at ICR headquarters located at Pusa, New Delhi. With this brief introduction, sir, I invite you for giving your presidential remarks. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you, madam, for your kind introduction. I am happy to join all of you for this inaugural session of the special training program of 21 days organized by 3 partners that include National Agricultural Development Cooperative Limited, Baramulla, the regional station of Indian Grassland and Fodder Research Institute, stationed at Srinagar, J&K, and Bihar Veterinary College at Patna, which is part of the Bihar Animal Sciences University. Esteemed colleagues present here, Dr. Amresh Chandra, Dr. Roy, Dr. J.K. Prasad, Dr. Sushil Ahmed, Dr. Ratna Nashin, Dr. R.A. Shah, and many more friends I can see here, and all the organizing team and dear participants. As we all know the National Agriculture Research System very well, we have been very familiar with the summer schools and winter schools being organized by the Indian Council of Agriculture Research, and also about the faculty development programs or refresher courses of UGC. But NGOs and non-government organizations have been seen mostly in the light of organizing academic activities around different symposia or maybe 1-day, 2-day workshops, but not such elaborate training programs like 21 days activity, and that too involving a number of leading partners. So this is a very innovative and new idea to have a full 21-day training program on a given topic. So I congratulate the organizers, and I understand that already NADCL has organized a couple of such programs in recent past. So I think you will carry this legacy, this good initiative forward, and organize many more innovative programs in future. Friends, as you know about livestock sector or crop sciences and horticultural sciences, in the last 1 century or so, world has come out from a position of food shortage to a kind of glut of food supply. In many countries, the situation was very bad, say 70, 80 years ago. And a lot of new initiatives were taken, scientific breakthroughs came, technology came, mechanization and use of different chemicals, fertilizers, and genetic improvement of crops and livestock, that has shown, a tremendous growth in production. What I mean to say, I want to emphasize is that earlier, because we had the shortage, our major focus was on more and more production. So we were not looking at other aspects. Like today we are talking about sustainability, about environmental protection, conservation of our resources, and safety and security uh, of consumers. So these paradigms are becoming more and more, important with the coming of time. India also was at one time in a grave situation of food shortage. In my own lifetime, I have seen in my childhood that food was being imported on a weekly basis. We had food grains from America and other places. America being the major supplier is many times mentioned that we were dependent on American supply of wheat and other food grains during the 60s to early 70s. And we, turned around this shortage into surplus situation today through green revolution, through policy changes, and through, training and education of farmers and methods of cultivation. So today we are having national food security, and we are looking towards nutritional security, and we are exporting most of the items, some to the smaller extent, some maybe to a larger extent, like basmati rice and buffalo meat and many more items. We are known for our voluminous trade of exports, though we are also importing oil, edible oil in large quantity. But with the green revolution, the other questions which have cropped up is the sustainability now. In Punjab, in Haryana, where we had gone for earlier canal irrigation, we had the dams and a lot of river water which was, otherwise going into the sea and also causing, damage through floods that could be controlled and channelized into system of canals for irrigating the fields in Rajasthan, Haryana, Western UP, and Punjab. So, along with production of hydropower. And with this also availability of electricity, the groundwater utilization through tube wells became very, very common. And today we see that this question of depleting groundwater has become a very major issue. I know a Sikh farmer who was having some good size of land with him. So he said, "Sir, I am going to sell half of my land." Why are you selling? Sir, tomorrow or day after tomorrow, it is going to become a desert. My tube well is going down and down, deeper and deeper, and I am searching for water. And I don't want to see in my own lifetime that I'm left with no water, and my fields turn into kind of desert. So I will exchange it, sell this land, and exchange it, for some other piece of land where water levels are high. And he, in fact, sold that piece of land. So this is one example which shows the concern for our natural resources, maybe water, maybe soil, maybe availability of energy. These are going to become more and more costly. And we have to have resilience in our value chain and in our security, food security. This conflict between Russia and Ukraine, which led to the blockage of trade routes across the seas, has led to energy and food crisis in a sizable part of the world. So that way we have to see end to end how we can have our relations, strategic partnerships, and our own self-sufficiency, at least in case of food. We may not get other items, but we must have, we cannot survive without food. So food is very, very important. And in sustainability, we have these 4 pillars like conservation of natural resources, reduction in the use of chemicals, resilient varieties or breeds of animals, and change of the food systems. So these 4 pillars are discussed at length in different symposia, seminars, meetings across the world. And we all see that livestock has to play a very important role in this. Being from the Animal Sciences University, I would like to stress upon this, that our Indian system of smallholder production is more sustainable than the factory farms of the West, where concentrate feeding or high grain feeding is practiced, and that is in direct competition with human food. Whereas in India, our animals are raised mostly on agro-industrial byproducts, crop residues, grasses, and other feeds which are not in direct competition with human food. So this one approach can show light to the whole world that we reduce the use of human food for animals, because we are already feeling the scarcity of this and more dependence on these byproducts. But we must also improve their quality, improve the nutritive value, so that our animals also get balanced food and fodder, and they have more efficient production and productivity. We were talking about productivity. Dr. Amaresh Chandra referred about Israel and many other leading countries where the levels of productivity are much higher, and we have to catch up with some of them, though our the practices of agriculture are way different. So therefore, a direct comparison between these 2 systems is sometimes I see not very realistic, though it is meaningful. Then we must have these resilient varieties. How we can have varieties which need less water, which are resistant to diseases and don't need more insecticides and pesticides, and same time they don't require too much of fertilizer. So if we are keeping good number of animals, a farmer can certainly manage his own organic manure production through cattle dung or animal waste, by composting, and also through use of green manuring and other these things, that emphasis on more production of organic fertilizers, biofertilizers, biopesticides, biocontrol agents that can reduce the use of chemicals and the adverse impact on climate which we are witnessing today. However, there is a great shortage of quality verified biofertilizers, biocontrol agents, and the complete value chain for such biopesticides and biocontrol agents. We need to introspect into this and strengthen our research and production efforts and quality control measures to ensure better quality of biofertilizers and such biocontrol agents, so that they are easily available in a certified manner. Then many breeds which we, were adopting because of more milk production. They are now, we find that they are not heat tolerant, and due to climatic changes, their adjustment or their productivity or their lifetime productivity is compromised. I visited a farm in near Ludhiana, that is Halwada. It was late March, around Holi festival. So the farmer had switched over from cycle industry to milk production through use of thoroughbred Holstein Friesian animals on a large organized farm. All facilities, modern facilities were there. The very good sheds, air circulation, big fans, and fogging of water, etc. was being used. But I looked at the animals, and most of them were panting very fast. Their respiration rate had gone high. I could see the heat stress being very, very apparent on such animals. So, on the other hand, if we see Tharparkar or our local breeds and also buffalo, they are not likely to have such kind of stress, and we don't have to introduce so much of measures for checking this. So, friends, the introduction of such, what I say, properties or such species and such breeds, which are more relevant to us, but at the same time, we improve their genetic potential and we improve their efficiency of resource utilization, feed utilization, and also measures for our food preferences which lead to less degradation of the environment, control of food waste, and utilization of processing of food to increase the shelf life as well as nutrient availability, and their transportation and packaging. These are all important in minimizing the use of energy that may be used in transportation, or it may be used in their storage, or it may be used in their processing. So friends, I understand that all these issues will be dealt with by experts drawn from different institutions, and I'm happy to see that around 100 or more than 100 participants are already online with us today. And as I'm told, the number is going to be higher for all the participants. So in this mode, that is one good thing, that we can have a larger number of audience or larger number of participants. But I understand that this should be more interactive and also good opportunity for horizontal learning. So with these remarks, once again, I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity and listening to me, sparing your time. So thank you very much, all the organizers and all the esteemed colleagues. So I close my address by saying my thanks and best wishes for this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for your encouraging and guiding words for this training program. And now I request Dr. Pankaj Kumar Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Animal Nutrition, Bihar Veterinary College, Patna, Bihar, and also the course director of this program, for giving the vote of thanks.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, sir. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna, Professor Dr. Rameshwar Singh, sir. Esteemed Director, ICAR-Indian, Dr. Amresh Chandra, sir. Our beloved Dean, Dr. J.K. Prasad, Bihar Veterinary College, Patna. Dr. E.K. Rai, sir, Project Director of AICRP on Forest Crops and Utilization, IGFR, A special thanks to Dr. Ratna Nashim, who is coordinating this summer school, Professor and Dean, CRS Narayanpur IGKB Raipur, Dr. Arisha, Training Coordinator of National NADCL Baramulla, my co-course director, Dr. Suhail Ahmed, IGFRI Jhansi Regional Assistant Srinagar, members of the organizing committee, and most importantly, esteemed resource persons and participants from different parts of the country. Very good afternoon to one and all. It is my profound privilege to present the vote of thanks on the occasion of inaugural session of 21 days, a summer school on recent trends in sustainable livestock and crop production technology vis-à-vis climatic change. First of all, I take this opportunity to pay our profuse gratitude and thanks to Honorable Vice Chancellor Professor Rameshwar Singh for his gracious presence and presidential address on this occasion. My special thanks to VC sir, as he has graced the occasion. Even his out station, he is busy in some important work, and just sir has spared few minutes to speak to us. So sir, I'm very much thankful to you, and sir, you have always guided and supported us as a great leader, as a past academician, and utmost as a great human being. We are indebted to hear your presidential address, in which you have, I think, covered each and every aspect of climatic change on agriculture and animal system. And it is very pertinent to mention that sir has a special interest in the climatic change, and I think as a token, he has authored one book, Human-Backed Macrobiology from Evolution to Revolution. Sir, thank you very much for being here. My sincere and heartfelt thanks to Dr. Amrish Chandra. I heard him first time, but I must say is a great person, great laureate in the field of agriculture, and especially fodder production and each and every aspect of agriculture system. Sir, thank you very much for gracing this occasion and supporting and joining hands to organize this summer school on this valuable topic, because it is very rare to have cohesive approach and have a combination of agriculture and animal science. So sir, thank you very much for giving this opportunity, for joining at least me and Bihar Animal Sciences University. And this is right time to sir, request you in future, we'll be very glad on, will be honored if you can do some work or some research work on this animal agriculture production system. Especially, we are very delighted to hear your lecture, sir, in which you have holistically just narrated impact of climate change on animal and agriculture system. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. J.K. Prasad, sir, Dean Bihar Veterinary College, Patna, who is very helpful and very guiding force for me at least. Sir, I remember when I came to you with this proposal, I think in October or September month, you not only recommended this summer school, but also encouraged me to organize such a program. Actually, I was not sure about this program, that how this will be organized, but thank you for promoting me, for supporting me, and even from last 3 days, you are just telling me when it will be happening, and just even you are very busy in academic work. You have carried this occasion. I'm very thankful to Dr. A.K. Rai, Project Coordinator, AICRP on Forest Crops and Utilization, for his valuable suggestion. In his suggestion, he has given some tips for improving the efficacy or effectivity of this summer school. And sure, sir, we will be taking care of your words and taking care of your suggestion, so that this joint venture on animal agriculture and climate change will be very fruitful for our participant. I'm very thankful to Dr. Arisha, Training Coordinator of NADCL Baramulla, for giving this opportunity to be part of this summer school and selecting especially Bihar Animal Sciences University, Patna. I know it is very difficult to coordinate among 3 institutes, animal agriculture and your institute. So I'm very much thankful for selecting this pertinent topic, particularly because this is the very burning topic. This is very mammoth task, and I think all part of the world is facing this climate change on animal agriculture and every aspects of human being as well. So it is really a tough job, and I must salute to him. A special thanks to Dr. Suhail Ahmed, a senior scientist, ICAR-IGFRI Regional Station, Srinagar. I'm very happy to say that Dr. Suhail has played more role as compared to me, and he has just coordinated resource person from different parts of the country in the field of agriculture sector. My cordial thanks to Dr. Ratna Nashin, Professor and Dean CRS Narayanpo, IGKB Raipur, for a smooth conduction of this season and her kind words. I'm very thankful to resource person and expert, particularly from animal science, who will be delivering lectures on different aspects of effect of climate change on animal agriculture and vice versa. Because this will be the unique, I think, platform where we will be dealing with this impact of climate change on animal and agriculture system, also impact of animal and agriculture system on climate. So this will be very useful session, and I'm very pleased to say that each and every learned expert to whom I consulted, instantly they just gave consent, and many of has sent a write-up also, and they are very enthusiastic to deliver his and her lecture. So I'm very much thankful to each and every resource person and expert who is no doubt stalwarts in his or her field. And most importantly, my heartfelt thanks to participants. I can see this is a total more than 100, and this is good number. So thank you, dear participants, for your overwhelming response in joining this summer school. Although this is online in nature, but we will try our best to just fill the gap between online and offline, and we will try our best to provide as much as knowledge, as much as interaction. As this is also told that this should be more interactive, so we have modulated, we have organized, and we will try our best to give maximum benefit of this training program. I thank all members of organizing committee and staffs of NADCL who took pain for each and every activity aspects, particularly from starting from registration, inviting participants, inviting our experts, and coordinating this summer school. And at last, I thank one and all who is directly or indirectly part of this summer school, and on behalf of all the organizing team, our experts, our panelists, our guardians, rather I can say, from one and all, I wish this as a great success of this summer school. Thank you again for giving me this opportunity to present vote of thanks, and I thank you one and all. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving the vote of thanks. Wonderful vote of thanks, sir. And now, with the due permissions of our guest, we would declare that the program is closed, sir. Dr. Sushil Ahmed.
Yes, I think we have covered everything. With the permission of director, sir, can we, sir, close the session?
Yes, I think you have concluded this program, and this program was quite successful.